Welcome back, everybody. My name's Yeti King, and I've got a brand new video for you today. Today, guys, it's going to be a little bit different. Normally on the channel, I kind of walk through the whole build, prompt by prompt. But today, guys, you're going to watch some scripts that I've already built. If you guys want to see more of the actual process to get to this point, check out some of my other videos. Join the Discord. We're always helping people out with prompts and such. And I'm sure that I'll have more videos coming in the future that dive deeper into the actual prompting process. So if that's something you guys definitely want to see, let me know in the comments below. And while we're on the topic, guys, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 500 subs. Check out some of my other videos. We've got free scripts in just about every other video. So my only form of payment that I ask is you drop a like and a subscribe on the video. So with that being said, guys, we are taking Claude Fable 5 up against ChatGPT's newest model, 5.6 Soul. So if you guys have been living under a rock for the last week, 5.6 Soul is showing on some benchmarks that it is performing higher than Fable 5. So we are taking that to the test today in FiveM, and we'll see which model gives us a better result. So the scripts we built today, guys, we've got an Uber script, like kind of a rideshare job, and it goes both ways between being a job and being a utility that a player can use, both the passenger and the driver aspect of Uber. So with that being said, I gave the same exact prompt to Fable 5 and 5.6 Soul, and we'll see which one came out with a better result. So stick around to the end, guys, and see which model wins. All right, guys, we're starting off with the Uber script. So as you can see on the screen now, this is the prompt that I gave Claude. Codex, you got the same exact prompt. So I will let you guys pause to read this if you like. This isn't as much detail as some of our other prompts that you've seen in some other videos, but I feel like it was enough to do what we were asking. So I'll scroll down here, guys, and you can see there was only a single issue. So I was not able to enter the vehicle when it arrived at my location. I told Claude that I was unable to enter the vehicle. He made some changes, and that was the only issue that I had with Claude. So while we're on Claude's topic, we'll go ahead and hop in game and test out the Claude Uber app. All right, guys, so this Uber app is built onto Qbox's basic NPWD phone script. It comes with Qbox, so if you've got a Qbox server, you have this. It's definitely not the best phone, but it's what we're working with today. This was a completely base Qbox server. So as you can see, this is Claude's Uber Rider app, and this is the driver app. So we'll open up the Rider app here. And the first thing we see is where to. We've got some previous trips here, and we've got a reputation in Uber. And we currently have 5 stars. So we've got some hot points here that we can pick, or we can hit drop a pin on the map. That'll open up the map for us. We're able to pick a point on the map. We'll just head up to Mirror Park. And then this gives us how much the fare is going to be and 2 minutes. And it says that there are no drivers on duty, but an AI driver can pick you up for $111. A little bit of an upcharge. So when I told Claude that I wanted AI drivers, I didn't necessarily want him to call them AI drivers in-game, but that's what we got. So we can go ahead and request for a driver. We can do an AI driver now. And as we can see, when we open up the map, our Uber is heading our way. So it always spawns a couple blocks away, and they'll drive down to you. So, as you can see, guys, our Uber has arrived, so we can hop in. So if we move the phone, we can see we can press E to get in the Uber. And so it's got a little bit of an issue with it being locked, but there is a fallback if the vehicle is for some reason locked. It seems like about 50-50 chance on if the vehicle's locked or not. I'm not sure why. I didn't do any further testing with this. I just kind of wanted to go with what I got. So obviously we're in the vehicle and we are driving to the point. So, as you can see here, guys, we have reached our destination. We go ahead and hop out, and we have arrived on the app. We can hit done, and yeah, we are where we asked to go. That's pretty much it on the rider side. Now, guys, if we go ahead and hop in a vehicle here, and we open up the driver app, we can hit go online, and we have to be owners of the vehicle, so we can't just steal a vehicle and then go drive Uber with our stolen vehicle. We have to own the vehicle, so we'll hit go online, and so we are now online as an Uber driver. So if I switch over to my other client here and open up the Uber Rider app, I'm going to request a trip to Legion Square. And as you can see here, it's too close of a trip. So Legion Square just right around the corner says it's too close. So we'll request a trip down to the airport. That's definitely far enough. And we can see here that there is one driver on duty nearby. So we'll request that Uber. It says that we're finding a driver. If we switch back over to our main client here, we can see that we got a pop-up on our phone that somebody is requesting a trip from Mission Row all the way down to LS International. So we can actually accept that, and we get a destination point over to where the rider is. So we can just TP over there and run him over. We can say that we've arrived here within the app, and then we can hop in with our second client, just the same that we hopped in with our main client with the AI driver. And back to our main client, we can now start the trip. So it gives us a waypoint all the way down to LS International, and we can just TP there as well. And now we can say that we're here, we can complete the trip. And we can rate our passenger, submit that rating, and we can see in our second client that we get the same kind of prompt here. The trip's over, and we are prompted to tip, give a 5-star, and submit a $30 tip. And now we can just go ahead and hop out of the vehicle, and we're here. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much Claude's rendition of the Uber app. I think it works well. It's not too bad. I like the UI of it. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the 5.6 Soul version. Alright guys, so I have VS Code with Codex opened up inside of it, and this is the 5.6 Soul model. So this is the same exact prompt that I gave Claude, except for naming it Codex. So as you can see here, this was a lot more prompts than what I gave Claude. So I actually used a skill that I've never used before called the Impeccable skill. It's a skill regarding UI. So I think it's to do with the Impeccable skill. So we got a couple different renditions of what the app would look like. I had to kind of confirm several times what the app is going to look like. And yeah, we had an issue. Codex wouldn't start. I wasn't even able to join the server. The UI was completely wrong. And then I was getting some UI overlapping. So yeah, we had quite a few little small issues, and guys, I didn't fix every single thing with this script. I just fixed enough to where I could show you guys kind of what was going on with it. So I will minimize this and we'll hop back in game and test out the Codex app. Alright, so we're back in game here, guys, and you can see that 5.6 Soul, this is the icon for the Uber script that 5.6 Soul came up with, and there's only one app. So there's just a single app with a driver and a passenger switcher. So if we come to passenger mode, we can choose a destination, and we will pick that we just need to go over to the casino. It's got our location selected as the casino, it's got our fare, and we can go ahead and request an Uber. So we are looking for a nearby driver, and it's already selected that there's going to be an automated driver heading our way. So we've opened up the map, we can see the driver is right down the road from us. Dude's coming in hot. All right. So same way, as you can see, the driver is ready for pickup. So we can come here. We can actually third eye this one and enter the Uber just in case. And again, guys, we are in our Uber and we are getting ready to head to our destination once he figures out how to get out of here. So as you can see, our driver has not figured out how to get out of here. So this one is definitely kind of buggy, and I'm done prompting it to make it better because it worked fine at one point in time, and then I fixed some other issues, and now it's broken in this capacity. The actual driver section doesn't work there. You can't clock in. Doesn't matter if you're in a vehicle that you do own. So yeah, this it didn't work kind of at all. And I've done quite a bit of prompting to get it to even this state that it's in here, so we can cancel the trip. Our driver will disappear. But yeah, guys, Claude definitely won this one. This is kind of unusable, and I did quite a... I mean, I could have kept going, but what's the point? When I did one single fix with Claude and it works in the way that it works, you guys saw my Claude, and you guys saw the amount of prompts that I gave Codex. It's just, yeah, I mean, I think Claude is the definite winner because this doesn't even... It barely functions. So yeah, that is definitely round one to Claude. So let's move on to round two rather quickly. So Round 2 was some illegal racing scripts. So I will throw up my Claude here on the screen for this one as well. And this is the script that I did for that one. It's intentionally vague. I kind of just wanted to see kind of which direction that each model would take it by leaving it intentionally vague. They ended up being pretty similar, but as you can see, Claude here, we had one error with the manifest. Claude was able to fix that really quickly. And yeah, that's it. So I will close that off. And I will come in here in game, and Claude named his is just, so these are accessed by command, and it's just Racing Hub. So as you can see here, I've done some testing with it already. So I've already got some tracks made. You can create a track. You can do head-to-head races, time trials. You've got leaderboards. You've got your own profile with kind of reputation points. And there's an admin tab as well. So if we go ahead and spawn in a vehicle, so we can go ahead and spawn in a vehicle here, and we can just go ahead and create a track. So we'll just make a real small track. This is going to be the starting point. And we can see our controls there on the left side. Press G to drop a checkpoint. Just going to make a real small loop here, guys. So we can actually open this up and name this Nicola, because that's the road we're on, and we can hit the check mark to make this a closed circuit. So we'll save that track. So we can come over here to time trials and find Nicola here and do run. And we're close enough to the starting point that we're just going to start where we are. We got a jump start penalty. And we can, as you can see, we get a really, really large checkpoint. You can actually change the size of the checkpoints. But here it is, guys. I mean, it's just a simple street racing script. And that was the start and finish, so there it is. That is our new track record up there at the top. Obviously, that was the first time it's ever been ran, so obviously it's going to be the record. But you can do head-to-head races as well. You can do full-on races, create a race lobby with multiple people in there. But it's the same kind of premise, guys. So yeah, that is Claude's implementation. And now let's move on to the implementation by GPT-5.6 Soul. So again, here's the same prompt, guys. It's also intentionally vague. So as you can see here, guys, we actually had a lot less fixes with 5.6 Soul on this script. So we had a NUI issue with the color scheme being dark, and we having a full kind of dark gray overlay. Fix that. And then we had another UI issue with some CSS stuff. And then we had a issue with MySQL approval values. So with those three fixes, we got in a perfect working state from what I could see so far. So we'll hop back in game here, guys. And Codex named his C race. And I would have definitely preferred for these to have been tied to like a racing tablet. And that's definitely something that you could have prompted and had them do. But I just kind of wanted to see if there was one that took it that way and one not. So I left that part out. So as you can see, here is Codex's racing tablet named Blacktop. So we can actually check our car's class. There's a daily contract that gives us some tokens, some recent races, any live races that are going on, time trials again, some other routes that are published. So if we go ahead and come to this route, this is a MRPD route. We can go to the Mirror Park route. And this is kind of our profile as well, where we can spend tokens and get some good kind of upgrades. So we can do time trials, and we will go chase ghosts at Mirror Park. So we actually have to move to the route start. So we will move down to the route start. Unfortunately, it seems like there may be a little bit of an issue because it doesn't really tell you where the route start is. You just kind of have to remember. So that's something that could be fixed. I just happen to remember that I started it right here. So we can open up the tablet once again. Do time trials, Mirror Park, chase ghosts. So here we are in the time trial, and you can see it's pretty similar to the last one and similar to anything else GTA racing. You can see our racing kind of HUD there on the top right. We've got our checkpoints. And like I said, guys, this is a pretty vague prompt, so you could give this some more context and tell Claude or 5/6 Soul exactly what you want and probably get a much better result. This was just a real quick one that I wanted to test out. I did have some people requesting some street racing stuff, and I don't know that I'll release this one. I may do a complete build and do a lot more testing and stuff. And I think any of you guys could absolutely do this. You could absolutely put in some work, do some testing, do some good prompting, and build a really cool street racing script. So that's pretty much it for the scripts for today, guys. So for round 2, I'm going to give that one to 5/6 Soul. Even though I did have a couple more fixes to do, those were simple UI issues that didn't seem present in using 5.5. Those the UI issues were also present in the Uber app. I had to fix as well. So I'm not sure if that's something, if there's some new data that 5.6 has that 5.5 didn't have, that it's trying to use some stuff that isn't compatible with FiveM's NUI system. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, guys, you know what that means. There's a tiebreaker. Round 1 went to Claude. Round 2 went to 5/6 Soul. So let me know down in the comments below, guys, what you want to see for the tiebreaker. Give me some good script ideas, and I'll pick the best comment, and we'll roll with that. So with all that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you stayed to this far, leave me a like down below. Drop a comment of what you want to see next. So yeah, guys, been your boy Yeti King, and I'm out. Later.